Get it on mine.
It's an actual YouTube link. I never did the YouTube live joint before, so it's like,
yeah. So my channel coming up, and if you go to, matter of fact, I'll just tweet it and then you can share
I'll
it out.
retweet it. Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah, we had one of our grandmasters go out back to PTP, and the secondary grandmaster ain't fell over properly. So,
Oh man,
yeah,
that was a day.
Yeah, it was a day.
Oh man,
when you got like higher level management jumping on the call on a Sunday, that's how you know things are getting a little bad. But we got it to work. Yeah, I guess we'll figure out tomorrow what the deal is, because we still can't get the primary grandmaster to work. So everybody's running off the secondary right now. So, and that's not what you want, because if the secondary fails, you know.
Right, you ain't got no backup.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, what's good, you two? We live with the homie CLI Soldier, Jarrett Todd. What's good, family?
What's going on, Dewan? How are you? Thanks for having me back on the channel. I just want to say, first of all, thank you everyone who showed me love. I wasn't expecting that much love on the last video. I got DMs, I got LinkedIn messages, so I'm back.
Man, that's what's up, man. I appreciate it, fam. I do appreciate it. So today we're talking how you made it happen with your CCENT becoming a network engineer with only that certification.
Right.
And we're doing a giveaway, fam. What you giving away today?
I am giving away CCNA Cyber Ops package, the full package. I changed my mind on the certification, so I figured I didn't use the books, so I'm just giving it to some lucky contestant. Use the hashtag CLI Soldier on Twitter. Follow myself and Dewan. You know, increase your chances to win, and you might get it. You might get it.
All day. So what he's saying, people, is he's giving away the CCNA Cyber Ops book package. What's that exam number? What's the exam number?
210-250 and 210-255.
Okay, so both books he's giving them away. Yep. All you got to do is hop on Twitter, follow him and myself. That's at CLI Soldier and at Lab Every Day, and use the hashtag CLI Soldier at both of us, and then you can win these books. Maybe, possibly. He gonna pick one winner.
Only one winner.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, you got the comments pull up?
No,
somewhere you can see them.
I don't. Let me actually pull up your thing right now.
Cool. While you doing that, I'm gonna do some shout outs.
Okay.
Hey, what's good, Rohan Williams? What's good, Brandon Price? What's good, Kershell or Keyshell? What's good, Dorian? Holla, fam. I'm a Grocky. What's popping? Hey, no problem, fam. Hey, what's up, Docs on the right? It's great to see you. What's popping? Enzo G, what's good? Dale, what's good, Cuzzo? Ricardo, what's happening, fam? Jamar, what's popping? Net Rigo, what's good? Ricardo, okay. Marvin B, Tiffany, what's good? It's great to see you today. I'm a Grocky said, I heard a lot of good things about that, sir. Okay. Antonio, family, what's good, man? What's popping? Ace No, what's good, Boogie? King Remy, Ambrose Beavers, JW, Max Sauce 91, what's popping? Yana, hey, yo, look, it's Sunday. I think CLI Soldier fell off. He's coming back in. It's Sunday. Okay, cool.
I'm back.
Put your area codes out there so we know where y'all from.
Studying for my ICND 1 and ICND 2. Kalis, good luck.
You got any tips for him?
I'll put it like this. Like, a lot of people stress about the ICND 1 and the ICND 2, but if you put in the work, you'll walk in there, you'll be answering the first 10 questions. You know if you got it or not. I'll put it like that. You know you got it or not. Those first 10 questions. Create momentum. Don't stop. You know, go with your first gut instinct answer. Don't second guess. you know if you got it.
Hey man, hey, that's a great point, because it's nothing like hitting that first question and freezing up and spending like 10 minutes on it.
You know what I mean? 10 minutes. My ICND 1, I had probably about like 30 minutes left in the exam. And then my ICND 2 was around the same time. So you have time to complete the exams, like, so you don't have to rush. If you have to read a question twice, read a question twice. Measure a diamond 10 times, cut once.
I hear that. I hear that. That's what's up. So what we here for today, fam? We get more people on the live stream. We're doing a giveaway. Before we get to these questions and answers, you want to tell them about the giveaway one more time?
Yep. So I am giving away the CCNA Cyber Ops book package. You get both books, both clean. Edges still sharp. You see them edges?
He ain't even tab it up.
I didn't tab it up. Usually I tab up books right away, but you know, I wasn't in a rush to get this one, so now I'm gonna give it away to you guys.
Cool. You want to tell them how to get it?
Yeah. So you got to use the hashtag CLI Soldier. You got to follow myself and Dewan. That's me at CLI Soldier. Dewan at Lab Every Day. Use the hashtag. Increase your chances to win, baby.
Yeah, that's on Twitter. That's on Twitter. Good luck to everybody that enters the contest, and we're picking one winner, and CLI Soldier gonna get it out to you.
Yep.
Cool. So Jarrett, today we're talking about how to get a job with only the CCENT certification. You want to talk to the people how you did that?
Yeah. So Dewan always told me, like, as soon as I got my CCENT, and I mentioned this in the last video, start applying for jobs as soon as you get that CCENT. What that's going to do is going to help you create momentum to want to go after more certifications. Now, in the interviews, the 2 interviews that I had, obviously they knew my skill set and my knowledge level, so they didn't really ask me outrageous questions. But I did ask them to ask me questions that were a little bit more advanced, just to see where I was at, because while I was studying for the CCNA, I actually went beyond. I went into like CCNP level stuff. I went into OSPF, a little bit of BGP, mainly that spanning tree stuff, more advanced spanning tree stuff. So I asked them to ask me those type of questions, and they were actually surprised at the amount of information that I knew at the CCENT level. So another thing that I can say is when I did interview, I did have a date for my ICND 2, and I promised them, I said, 3 days before the hire date, I will have my CCNA. And I remember I phoned my director and said, hey, I got my CCNA.
Hey, that's work right there, bro. That's work, because that lets them know that you're not playing no games and you're not just going to slack off, you know, once you get this position.
Absolutely.
Salute to you, bro. Salute to you. Hey, so when you change careers pretty much into becoming a network engineer, how'd you prepare for the interviews?
I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. I'm not even gonna lie. There's a lot of network engineer question type things that you can Google, like network engineer interview questions. Now, I will tell you this: they did not ask me those questions at all. They asked me more practical type of questions. So, like, what is OSPF? Like, you won't get that question. Like, I didn't get that question in the interview. I got explain, like, one of the sample questions that I got was like explain LSA types and how they work within certain areas. You know, you have like not so stubby areas, totally not so stubby areas in OSPF. So I had to basically explain situations like that. I didn't really get like super easy questions like outside of the OSI model. And I practiced the OSI model for days.
Right.
I practiced the OSI model for days, but yeah, just Googling around network engineer questions. I think there was one video, top 20 network engineer questions on YouTube, that I watched a couple times. What really actually prepared me for the interviews was just watching a bunch of YouTube videos on network engineering, period. Not specifically, you know, engineer interview questions, but, you know, on the job type videos, like what do I do on the job on a daily basis type of videos. So.
Yeah. Okay. So here's a question, and I don't think I should talk about this enough. So compared to what the job description that you applied for was posted and your interview questions, is it actually what you do on the job?
Absolutely. It is absolutely what I do on the job. They wanted CCNP level knowledge. But like I stated in the last video, like they're willing to accept someone who's more of a junior level so that he can soak up all the game and all the knowledge from the senior guys. So yeah, they definitely asked me some questions that I couldn't answer. And it was an interesting way they did it because on the phone interview, I got 20 questions about BGP and multicast on a phone interview. And usually phone interviews are just basically behavioral stuff like, you know, how do you work with such and such type of people? But no, he was asking me about BGP, configuring BGP and IGMP. And I'm just like, you know, I was honest. I was like, I don't know multicast like that. He was like, oh, it's okay. I just want to gauge where you're at, you know, so.
That's that is a good point. A lot of times when you get those phone interviews, you usually get them from like HR and they're trying to fill you out, but they came right at you like, "Hey man, what you know?"
And it was 20, and then he told me, he said, "I have 20 questions from my director," and it threw me off guard because I wasn't prepared for any of it.
Right.
So I'm like, I didn't even have like my notebook on the side of me or nothing, so I just had to go, you know, off memory. But I got through it. Apparently that questionnaire or that series of questions filtered a lot of people out. I'm just happy I made it through.
Yeah, I've been through that before.
Yeah,
I've been through that a few times, and it's dope that you was able to hop up on that because I even seen it to where, you know, you get those questions over the phone and somebody be in front of their computer and they're hopping on Google and answering questions. And recruiters know that. and
I was in the car. So it was nothing available to me, man. I couldn't even type on my phone. You know, it was just be honest with myself. I'm not gonna act like a hero and act like I know anything, saying 20 times trying to figure something out.
Right.
And I was just like, hey, I don't know this. We can move on to the next question.
Yeah. So. Hey, that's what's up, man. Salute. So, moderators for everybody. Hey, shout out to Rodney Say, man. What's up, family? Hey, for all of the moderators, if you could get the questions that stand out to you, post them at me in the chat so we can get to these questions. I thank everybody for tuning in. Hey, CLI Soldier, if you see a question you want to get to right now, grab it real quick.
Okay, cool. Let me look through. Let me go back up. I heard next. What challenges will I face in this position, or what kind of equipment am I going to be dealing with? I don't even know how to pronounce this. Amagroki.
Yeah, Amagroki.
Yeah. Challenges you'll be facing. In what position? Did you type something prior to this? Is it like a knock or is it like network engineering based? Give me some more context on that one.
Let's go general. You can answer, let's say from your standpoint, becoming new into network engineering, I would say what tips and what challenges would you give them
when you first enter a job, don't worry about all the technical stuff like getting in and wanting to configure things. I say my biggest challenge was learning the lingo of the job, because every job they have certain lingos, especially financial markets. Like they use words I've never even heard of in networking, period, and the way they use it. So you want to get acclimated with the lingo of the job. That was a big challenge for me. Another challenge is not wanting to rush your work to prove that you can get stuff done. You know, I was doing that early on. I was rushing. I made a lot of mistakes, but I learned from those mistakes, and I learned to take my time. So take your time. Always ask for context. Like I just asked you for context on that question. Sometimes you'll get requests from clients and they don't know what they're talking about, and they're leaving you out to dry. Like, okay, yeah, I have this, set this up. No, always ask like, okay, how many VLANs do you need? How many IP addresses are you using? Do you need stuff to be natted? Is it a destination NAT? Is it a source NAT? Blah, blah, blah. You always want to ask for more context. What else? Challenges.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I think Amagraki, he kind of restated, or that kind of restated that from this standpoint, they were stating that that's a good question to ask the interviewer, and asking what's the challenges. But when you're in a job interview, asking them to identify what challenges will you face, what type of equipment will you be working with, so that way you can actually go home and start preparing, labbing, and researching for yourself.
Right. Well, initially, the job I'm at now, they did a good job in the job description, so I kind of knew what I was walking into. Everything that they stated in that job description, they restated in the interview. I interviewed with 6 people, so it took about like 4 hours.
Hey, one interview?
Yeah, one in one day, so 6 different people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That gets you sweating.
I was hungry. I couldn't wait to leave. And it sounds so bad saying it like that, but I really couldn't wait to leave because I was starving. And you could hear my stomach growling like in the interview room. Like when I was done with one person, the next person would come in, it'll quiet down, but then when they leave, I just let it like
Yeah.
So yeah, they were upfront about everything.
That's what's up, man. You made it through though.
Yep.
Here's a question from Rodney. Thanks for the question, Rodney. He's saying, how do you handle an interview with an interviewer that is wrong on a topic that you are right about?
I haven't come across that yet, but how I would handle it, I would just be like, hey, this is what I read, blah, blah, blah. This is how, if you're really sure, and I wouldn't really advise this, but if you can somehow pull up some proof, it shows them that you know how to solve problems. Like they can be saying things wrong on purpose, and they're just seeing how you react. It's more like behavior. See how you react. Like, are you going to get mad and become boastful? You're like, yeah, I'm right. Or are you going to be like, hey, this is what I read. I have proof here. Here's how I can present it to you. So it can be purposeful. You never know. But always ease into it. Don't be macho man in a sense.
Right. Yeah. From the way I would handle it is I would take the question and I would restate it back to him just to make sure I heard it correctly. And then once I clarify to say, okay, here's the way I'm understanding the question that you're asking. And could you clarify, this is the question. And once they say yes, then I'll be like, well, from my understanding of the technology that you're speaking on, this is my understanding.
Right.
From my standpoint.
Right.
And then we can kind of discuss it from there to get a clarification, and I can tell them how I came to that conclusion.
Right.
So that's how I would handle it.
Yep.
Hey, thanks, Rodney, for that question, bro.
I see a question from Hype Beastin. Can you be a network engineer without certs? No. And the reason why I say no, because you need some sort of proven, if you don't have experience, you need some sort of proven ability to know some networking stuff. You can't just enter in and expect to become a network engineer right off the bat with no certifications because you haven't proved yourself. Now, if you prove yourself, if you have 15 years, if you were able to get in IT super early, young as a kid, 18 years old, and you worked up experience, maybe. But a lot of times people are looking for certifications. So that's my answer to that. What do you think? You frozen? I think he's frozen, guys. Can you all still hear me? No problem, Hype Beast, and no problem. While Dewan's fixing his issues, I'll go through some more questions. How do you recommend dressing for an interview? I wore a suit and tie, man. I wore a suit and tie for my interview. Dewan just texted me. He said his internet got disconnected, but I'm gonna try to continue on. Can you guys still hear me? Let me know. Let me know. Okay, we can hear you. So yeah, going back to dressing for the interview, I went in with a suit and tie. Suit and tie. You wanna dress to impress on your interview. Shave face. Now, if it's like 90 something degrees and you don't want to wear a suit, like a shirt with a tie and some slacks is the best thing. The best thing. CLI, been a while. I've been inactive on Slack and Twitter. Hey, Ali, I haven't been a heavy participant in the Slack group neither. I've been busy with work. The shaved face was a tough one for me. It was a tough one for me as well. I love my beard, even with my couple grays, but, you know. I want to get my red hat certification. Hey, Dorian, if you want to get the red hat, you know, go for it. My coworker is actually studying for his red hat expert, so go for it. IBM just bought red hat, or is thinking about buying red hat, so, you know, go for it. Jamar G, how long did you study for the CCNA and CCENT? Totally 8 months. 8 months for the CCNA. I was completely new to the field. I really didn't know. I really didn't know nothing about networking prior to jumping into it. Do you have to do your CCNP before the CCIE? No, you don't have to do your CCNP before the CCIE. You don't have to do your CCNA or your CCENT before the CCIE neither. You can just go straight for the CCIE. Now, what I've learned, and I think I heard this mentioned before, once you study for one CCIE, you study for the next CCIE. Like, there's no more CCNA in your mind. There's no more CCNP in your mind. You just go straight for CCIEs after that. Hype Beastin', was the CCNA your first cert? Yes, it was my first certification. Well, the CCENT was my first certification. The CCNA was my second, if you want to be technical. But the CCNA overall, my first certification. Ryan Gordon, do you use any network automation at work? I do. I'm currently working on Python scripts right now. There's one guy at my job who's really good at Python. And like I stated in the other video, I do have ideas that I want to bring across, but I want to come prepared. Like, I just don't want him doing all the work. I want to be able to structure everything as much as I can before I actually present it to him. My director is big on Ansible right now. So yes, network automation is a big player. Everyone's trying to learn it at my job right now. Ambrose Beavers, do you need a degree to be a network engineer? That's tough. Maybe in the beginning, but after about like 10 years, you know, with all the new stuff that you'll be learning, that degree won't mean much, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying don't go to college and don't get a degree, but that's just my opinion. After about like 10 years, the degree becomes stale, and the certifications and experience will matter more. Degree does matter if you're trying to get into management, but I've seen people work without a degree in management. So I hope I answered your question. That's right, Dale. It's not necessary, but, you know, it's recommended. Max Sauce, what's your opinion on Net Plus versus CCENT? Network Plus, I don't really know about Network Plus. I just know it's vendor neutral. CCENT is more Cisco based. I prefer the CCENT. Cisco is a major market for networking, so I stick with everything Cisco. Do you think the Linux will be a good complement for a networking career? Absolutely. There's Cisco runs Linux, Arista runs Linux. There's